Badass business owners, welcome to another episode of the Local Small Business Coach Podcast, where each episode we work on getting you to $100,000 in take-home pay. So if you're all ready to boost your profits, increase your sales, improve your processes, and develop stronger teams so you can stop living job to job, then let's dive in. Hey, badass business owners, welcome back to the show. I'm going to do 2 episodes this week, and my brain is still hurting from that last one. If you listened to it earlier this week, you know I tried to help you guys better understand margins and how you're losing money by looking only at the markup of things. And I think my brain's going to be damaged for the rest of the week. So it just makes me laugh. And don't forget to check out the video I did on that as well, markup versus margin and how you're losing money. I'll put it in the show notes as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel where I'm going to be doing a lot more videos to help you guys understand your numbers. localsmallbusinesscoach.tv or trainingforlocalsmallbusinessowners.tv. You can use either one. It's also in the show notes. But with that, I want to talk about something different today. I want to talk about something that I'm very passionate in. And over the last couple of weeks, it has really been hitting home and something I've been wanting to talk about, and I keep forgetting to do that. And that is this. When you are a local small business owner, the whole point of that business is for you to solve needs in your community. Now, there's general needs that people need all over the place, which is why most of you come up with your business. You know that, hey, I can be a handyman and I can always have work, which is absolutely true as long as you have great customer service and you do quality work. We're always in need of landscapers and cleaners and all these different things. Some people are really good at finding little niches that are needed out there, and they fill those. And I've talked about this in the past. One of the best ways for you to grow your business is to focus on something that is a need that nobody else is filling. And you can do that even if you have a more general thing. So for example, a handyman can definitely focus on all the different handyman stuff, but they can really carve out a niche for themselves in a lot of business if they focus on a particular need that nobody else is really solving. Same thing with cleaners and everything else. Now, and I'll talk about that in a second. Let me share with you a couple things that have occurred over the last couple of weeks that has really gotten this thing going for me. I live in a town of 50, I think we're at 51,000 people. All right. And as you know, I do real estate as well during the day. And one of the questions that I get asked, I'm pretty successful at what I do. And one of the things that I get asked all the time is for recommendations for things. I give out tons of leads every single week. I love feeding leads to our community all the time, and especially those that I use on a regular basis. One of the things that I get asked for on all the time is, for example, movers. Somebody to help people move. Some people to help them pack up their cars. Some people to help load their trucks. Some of them to move them to another city. Whatever the case may be. And people want somebody reasonable without having to go with one of the big movers. Sounds simple, right? Well, one of the things is we are in a town that's about 30 miles outside, we're about 25 miles outside of Phoenix. Now, when you have that, yes, there's people in Phoenix that will be glad to come here, take your money, and be able to do that. Problem is they're going to charge you a little bit more because of the distance, right? Because not only are they going to take you from your house, they're going to move you somewhere else. And they always like that mileage thing. Well, you're already paying a premium because they're coming out of the valley. So people are constantly looking for people that might be here locally and in town. And we have, probably over 200 plus, if not more, real estate agents. We have people moving all the time. We're a town that's constantly growing and selling, and we sell, we probably do about, in our town alone, we probably do about 300-400 listings at a time, and we sell, 200 to 300 homes every single month, kind of a thing. So there's a lot of movement going around. Do you know we do not have like this core resource that we can go to for movers? There is a group that are in town that people are starting to pop up, that people are doing it, but there's been hit and miss with the feedback and everything else. And what's funny, as a real estate agent, if I don't have somebody, I'm going to go to another real estate agent and say, who do you recommend? And I remember, every time this pops up, I go asking people, and it's like I have to go to 3 or 4 people, and then eventually someone says so-and-so and so-and-so, but then they'll go, well, I use so-and-so, and this is what happened, or my people didn't like them, so I really don't recommend so-and-so. And I just think to myself, oh my gosh, why is somebody not popping up in our town that just wants to do moving? Now, granted, moving isn't as simple as loading up boxes and putting them in. There is some insurance. If you're going to do it right, you got insurance, you're touching people's stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying that it's an easy business to get into, but I'm telling you, there's been a lot of people that have made a lot of money doing the moving business. And out there. And it's just fascinating to me. Here's a need that has been a need for a long time, and nobody has really come in and really just owned that market. There's a couple little players, but nobody has really owned that market and really reached out to real estate agents and just said, hey, we're your people. And you know what? They have a plan not only for themselves, they start small and then they grow. I'm telling you, whoever does this eventually in our town and does it right is going to make some serious money. Their biggest challenge is going to be finding people that can help, because that's something that hurts a lot of movers. Well, anyways, so I say that. So then the next thing that happens is I'm trying to get some painting bids. And, people will volunteer, the different painters and whatnot. And I laughed because I reached out. I personally don't have a set of painters that I recommend on a regular basis. So I always reach out to my fellow agents, and I know there's a few out there. And when I reach out to them, I start reaching out to some of them, and same thing. You know what? One, my people needed it to be done within a certain window, and people couldn't do it, which tells me we don't have enough painters, because if I have to keep going out. But I'm laughing because one of the painters that I reached out to, now mind you, this is late March. One of the people said, I could do the bid, but I can't do the work until July. That's 4 months from now. I was laughing so hard, and I'm like, and I'm telling him, I'm like, you know what? You're a badass, because if you're booked out to July, you're obviously good at what you do, and people are willing to wait until July. And that's awesome for that person. To me, that person needs to grow and find ways to scale that business, because they'll be able to, the business coach in me starts to take over. But it's just funny to me, because no matter what it is that you do, there is always a need out there, a need to be filled. People always need your guys' businesses, but there's also little things, and there's other examples, but one of the things that it's hard, because when I talk to business owners and they're like, I really want to grow my business. I want to grow my business. There just isn't enough need out there. There is absolutely need out there. The problem is you need to step back and you need to open up your eyes and you need to look for that need. You need to see what it is that people are asking for. You need to hop into those Facebook groups and find out what people are trying to find. Who are they trying to get? You need to not assume just because 8 people were listed and said, these are all the people. Don't believe necessarily that all 8 of those can help these people. There's still a need out there, and there's still a need for more people. Go talk to real estate agents and ask them point blank, what is it that your customers and clients are asking for on a regular basis that you would love to be filled in this marketplace? For example, I would totally say movers. I just think that if somebody really wants to blow the doors off, they should go start a moving company here in our town. But you know what? It's really all of them, because we can't keep certain people. For example, we are constantly turning over cleaners because they get burnt out. We're constantly turning over landscapers because they get burnt out. They either get burnt out or they grow so fast they can't work you in, and you have to wait until July to be able to use them. Now, for example, I solved my painting thing because all of a sudden some people I respect here in town started naming off an up-and-coming painter. And guess what? I reached out, we got them set up, they did the bid, everything looks great, they're going to do the job for my client, they're able to get them in a reasonable time. I can't wait to see the end product and what my clients think, because if this person does a great job, guess what? I am going to be recommending them left and right, not only to my clients, but also to other real estate agents, and I can help them blow up their business. I've said this 1,000,000 times, I'll say it 1,000,000 more times. If you offer a service or product in the community, you need to know real estate agents. They can blow up your business, especially if you can get hooked up with them. But that's not the point of this. It's just a side thing. You know, you need to be able to, if you're trying to grow your business and you're finding difficulties, you have to be able to pivot. You need to be able to find something that's going on that people need to do. For example, and we'll just use some of the examples that I've been throwing out there, okay? Landscapers. Landscapers can do general stuff like general maintenance. They can focus on just tree trimming. They can focus on being out in doing the decorative work and everything else. Take my town. Okay, here's another problem I ran into. All right, we have homes that are in subdivisions and we have homes out on the desert. Now, out in the desert, these people have 1 acre, 2 acres, 3 acres, whatever the case may be. But guess what? We had tons of rain in the past year, our monsoons, and then we had this late rain that just days and days and days in October. Well, that stuff, normally everything dissipates. It never really soaks into the ground. Well, this year, all of that stuff soaked into the ground. Our desert looks like a freaking jungle. There is grass and weeds and stuff growing everywhere under the sun. And there's people out here looking for people that can help take care of this problem. Now, they're not looking for them to be able to do the entire 1 acre, 2 acres, 3 acres, or whatever thing. They're trying to get the grass around their house under control, the weeds under control around their house. And they are reaching out, trying to find landscapers that will come out that will do that kind of work, that will come down and kill that stuff and chop it down, because they know the heat's going to help. But in the meantime, they still have to deal with all this jungle that's growing around their house. Guess what? Most of the landscapers, A, won't go into town. B, they don't have what it takes to be able to deal with that. And by the way, we're not talking like heavy duty stuff. We're talking, it's just a lot of grass and weeds. It's the same stuff. It's just in larger concentration because of we don't have rock out here to help suppress it. It's just dirt, and that stuff just is growing like crazy. But if somebody was to come out and, invest in some of the little different equipment that they might need, they can make a killing right now just by coming out to deal with that stuff. And we need people to be able to do that. So once again, there's a need that if a landscaper was looking to grow their business or to branch off or to find something, they could just find somebody that could help them be that person that's for their business. They can either take their entire business out there, or they can hire someone that focuses out on that acreage stuff that they can grow that business. So it's just another need that's out there. Cleaners, for example, there's all types of stuff that you can do. You can do the general cleaning that goes along with just being somebody's maid, or their cleaning service that comes in once a week or every other week. You can be somebody that focuses on property management stuff, where you get in there and you just clean up after people move out. You can hook up with real estate agents who are farming people out all the time. You can do commercial cleaning. There's all kinds of different stuff that you do. As a handyman, same thing. You can focus on one particular target group. For example, you could be a handyman who specializes in acreage homes and manufactured homes. I was talking to a guy the other day that wants to start his handyman business. For years, he worked on manufactured homes. He does beautiful work. I've seen his work. It's amazing. It's great. And he could do it on regular homes, because originally when I met him, he was living in a regular home. Amazing work that he did. He bought a manufactured home, and because he was working on those for another company, amazing work, beautiful work. Once again, he's starting his handyman service. One of the things that I told him is, I go, hey, if you don't mind, why don't we really get you out there when it comes to helping with these manufactured homes? And we can let people know that, because that agent who's helping that client is also going to help people in town. And then they're going to go, hey, can you work on the stuff here in town? And you're going to go, yeah. And now you can grow that business, but you can really create that original niche, because there's very few people that can help on manufactured homes. So it's really going to help you grow that. So that's some area that he can do. There's handymen that only work in 55 plus communities, because they specialize in those older homes. Some 55 plus communities have 19, that whole boom with those started in like the 50s. So there, some of you guys live in these Leisure World or Sun City or these different places of 55 plus communities where the homes are all from the 50s or 60s that you can specialize in. That takes a special person to be able to work on those homes versus the newer homes built in the 2000s on. You could specialize in something like that. You could be somebody who specializes in building sheds and putting them out there. The main thing and the whole purpose of this particular thing is you need to look for needs that are out there. Your community is crying for people that can specialize and do a certain thing. And don't just automatically say, I don't do that. I don't do that. If you get asked to do something 1,000,000 times, something should go off in your head going, wow, if I keep getting asked to do this, there's some business out there. I can expand my business. I can grow my business. I can talk a buddy into doing this other business. Whatever the case may be, if people keep asking you for something, there is a reason. When people keep asking for something over and over and over, that is a need that needs to be filled. That is money waiting to be made. So you know what? There's nothing wrong with you pivoting your business, trying something different or going after something different. So don't ever say that there's not enough business. There is enough business. It may not be the business that you want, but there's business out there. And it's just, they just want the same thing everybody else wants. They want great customer service. They want someone who knows what they're doing and does a great job at it and lives up to the commitments that they make. And why can't it be you? Why can't it be you to expand your business, to grow your business, to do different things? So this is kind of 2 for 1. It's filling a need and also finding that niche where you can help some people out. So just something I wanted to rant on because of how much I ran into it this past couple of weeks. It's been crazy with how many opportunities are out there that if I had 10 people waiting in a line saying, hey, like sometimes you see those commercials and people will be lined up and you kind of like have a conveyor belt and you pick them up and you go stick them in a certain thing. I would take my 10 business owners who want to build a business and say, okay, you go do this, you go do this, you go do this. You're going to be a mover today. You're going to be a landscaper who specializes in acreage. You're going to be a painter that's going to come fill in for these people that can't seem to get their painting jobs, because they're so far out. Whatever the case may be. I mean, there's tons of them. Find the need, fill it, and go make some money. Okay? Now remember, it's not about what you sell, it's about what you keep. That's from last video, last podcast, so we can get that out there. But I'm going to go ahead and stop rattling. I'm out of here, but I just wanted to get that off my chest and share that with you guys, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye for now. Hey, badass business owners, before you go, just one thing. If you ever feel like you're alone and you would love to be with a like-minded group of individuals, head on over to our Badass Local Small Business Owner Facebook page. We have no spamming, no advertising, anything like that. Just your questions, mine, and we just kind of help each other out, grow our businesses, and share knowledge. You can feel free to know that you're in a safe place and ask your questions of people that are actually going to care about you. So once again, head on over to Facebook. It's the Badass Local Small Business Owner page. You can also hit the show notes and it's right there. Once again, it's going to be stuff and people out there that care about you and helping you grow your business.